the whether my voice is audible, right? Okay. So in the last class, we were discussing about the some applications about how the operational amplifier can be used, and in that we have seen it can be used for both. Wait a minute. So it can be used for both. It can be used for both AC as well as a DC amplifier. So whenever, so that is nothing but operational amplifier can be used employed for both AC signal as well as a DC signal. So it will be working with respect to AC signal as well. So if I want to make use of the operational amplifier as an AC, then I should couple the coupling capacitor at the input side to the input side as well as output side, so that the operational amplifier with the same configuration, closed loop configuration with a negative feedback, so it is going to act like a, it will be acting like a AC amplifier as well. So that is what we have studied in the employed. So in the last class, how it can be, and we have also seen what are the different types of op amps. It is this 741 op amp as well as EL351307 op amp is also there. So in that we have seen the first three different configurations of the operational amplifier, and their how we are going to nullify the offset nulling terminal. So in order to nullify the offset voltage as well as the current, so we know that offset voltage as well as the offset current are the unwanted voltage as well as the unwanted current. So when you are going to specifically, when you are going to see the output, so we need the actual output instead of a biased output. So right. So instead of biased output, so that biased output which you are going to get is nothing but the unwanted output voltage. That itself will be called as offset voltage. So offset voltage can be considered as an unwanted voltage. That means that the output whatever you are going to get will be not a proper or precision output you will be not getting. So that type of output voltage will be getting developed when there is some mismatch in the operational amplifier. So in order to make sure that to nullify that mismatch, so that we are going to use so manufacturer company has provided some offset nulling terminal for some certain case of operational amplifier. They have given this manufacturer method for offset nulling terminal. So in that offset nulling terminals in the 741 op amp, so it has been provided as terminal number 1 and terminal 5. There is a IC pin number 1 and pin number 5 will be considered as an offset nulling terminal. So if there is any offset voltage present at the output, so that correspondingly, so we can say that whenever you are not applied any input voltage, like suppose assume that terminal 2 and terminal 3, if I am not going to apply any input voltage, and simply if I am going to connect the power supply, suppose when you are connected simply the power supply, if there is no voltage applied across the input terminal, that means you should get the output voltage to be 0. So suppose if you are getting any output voltage, so then the output voltage is called as a offset voltage, because it is not a actual, it is a biased voltage. So what we need to do, so that bias voltage by how much it has been increased, so you have to reduce. If it is reduced means you can increase. That means if it is a output voltage, if you are going to get in terms of positive voltage means, so you have to apply, we need to get back to 0 means you need to reduce the output voltage, so that we are going to use the offset nulling terminals which has been provided by the manufacturer for some of the operation amplifier. Manufacturer will be providing offset nulling terminals as a terminal 1 and terminal 5, so through which both has to be connected through 10K potentiometer, and they have to move the negative power supply over this one. So whenever I am just moving the negative power supply to be moved over this potentiometer, so it is going to reduce this offset. That means it becomes nullified, and it will become the output voltage will become equal to 0. So this is one method of nullifying the operation amplifier. So after that, when it becomes nullified and when it becomes equal to 0, then you can give any input to the terminals. So either the inverting or non-inverting terminal. So you will be getting some output. So that output will be correct output. So you can, in order to get the correct output, so first I should check that so the operation amplifier is working properly or not. So that we are going to observe offset voltage or offset current is providing anything across the output. So because of that, so you will be getting, you will be not getting the desired output. So in order to get the desired output, first I should nullify this one, and then I should connect the operation amplifier to find for certain application. So design the circuit, and you will be getting the proper output. So that is the method. So in this, we are going to see so manufacturer recommend method for 741. So he has provided offset nulling terminal, so that this configuration is called as inverting configuration with offset nulling circuitry has been provided over here. And then, so why it is called inverting? Because you are going to provide the input signal, so at the inverting terminal, so that the corresponding operation amplifier is called, the configuration of the operation amplifier is called as a inverting amplifier. Why? Because from the output you are going to give through the feedback circuit, so feedback resistance you are going to connect to the inverting input itself. So this type of configuration is called as a inverting amplifier configuration, and this is the corresponding gain which you are going to get as the output voltage. So this is nothing but output voltage is nothing but gain multiplied by input voltage. So input voltage is V in, and this is going to have a closed loop gain. So that closed loop gain already we have studied. So for the voltage shunt feedback amplifier, so in that voltage shunt feedback we have calculated the gain, so that is equal to minus Rf by R1. So this is going to provide the output voltage V0. So this is about the inverting amplifier. So same way, so with offset nulling terminal circuitry has been provided for the non-inverting amplifier configuration as well. So in this case, the input voltage will be applied to the non-inverting terminal of the operation amplifier. So we know that there are basically 5 terminals are there for the useful terminals. So that is 2 input terminal, 2 power supply terminal, and 1 is the output voltage terminal. So when I am going to provide the input voltage to the non-inverting terminal, so which has been indicated as plus, so that plus indicates the non-inverting, and minus indicates inverting. So when you are going to write in the IA also, so many of you have not written these terminals as well. Okay, so I am just telling you. So I have just corrected your blue books, right? So when I was correcting your blue book, so many of you have not written operation amplifier. So for the given problem, so whenever they ask in the numerical, so you have to write the corresponding circuit. So if you draw the corresponding circuit, then at least 2 to 3 marks, 2 marks you will be getting. Suppose if it is a 10 marks question, so 2 marks you will be getting by seeing the circuit diagram itself. If the circuit diagram is proper, so whatever the expression, so if the circuit diagram is proper as well as the expression is almost same, or if it is correct means, you will be getting 80% of the marks. Only final thing you are going to see the final value, whether you are going to get the proper value or not. So final value tappadrunu saha, so if by seeing the circuit diagram, so they are going to assign full marks. So in the given problem ಎಷ್ಟು marks ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ you should understand. So how many marks? So I have asked for 10 marks. So none of them have written this operation amplifier circuit configuration. So problem anta ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, so I have done in the numerical because I have not drawn ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. So you have to think, so inverting amplifier configuration ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, so inverting amplifier ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು. So you have to draw the inverting amplifier, and you have to draw what is the resistance, R1, RF as well as this. So you have to draw, and when you are going to calculate this value, so in the design part, and then you are going to solve the numerical, so you are going to find out what is the gain associated with that, and what is the resistance associated with that. So what is that resistance value, and what is the feedback resistance value, everything you should write down, and correspondingly, so this circuit diagram is also required for any problem, for any circuit. So if circuit diagram is there, then you have to draw the first circuit diagram. So if you don't draw the circuit diagram, simply if you calculate means it will be just like copying, right? So ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ನಾನೇನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರ್ಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮಲ್ಲಿ as usual the numerical has been solved. So if I have done some mistake also, you are going to do the same, and you have been reproduced in the answer booklet. The same thing you have done in the answer booklet. Purposely I have written some wrong thing in the problem solving. So you have copied down that, and you have done the same thing mistake also in the IA, this one IA also. So whenever they ask in the numerical, so first draw the circuit diagram. If you draw the circuit diagram, you will come to know what and all the points which you need to find out. So suppose in this inverting non-inverting amplifier anta bandaga, so you have to find out what is the equivalent resistance, that is the non-inverting terminal one resistance. So this resistance I should find out, and the value of resistance R1 and the value of the resistance RF, and what is the output voltage. These things there is these are the some design part anta bandaga the only these values we need to find out. So you find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, so you are going to calculate what is the value of RF, what is the value of output voltage. Through that you are going to find out RF by R1 ratio, and then you are going to find out what is RF and what is RM, and then what is the parallel combination of that, it will be assigned as a equivalent resistance value to the non-inverting terminal. So this is nothing but the value of finding of the output. So once you draw this circuit, you will come to know everything. So ಯಾವ್ದು find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು value, so what is the relation, everything if you write it properly on this circuit diagram itself, so it is very easy to calculate also, so you will not forget. So if you draw this circuit diagram, so 25% of that evaluators will be thinking that, so this question, so he understood this one, so he know the concept of non-inverting amplifier, so he has drawn this circuit. So non-inverting amplifier circuit ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ. So the calculation part, he has somewhere he has mismatched, so he has not got the correct result anta. They will reduce only 2 to 3 marks, so out of 10 questions. If you don't draw this diagram, so obviously there also you are going to lose 2 marks, because he might have biated this expression, so he is reproducing over here, so he doesn't know what is the configuration itself. Like that they will be understanding. So whenever in any point, so in any question paper, if they ask the marks, so you have to draw the first circuit diagram, and then you have to start solving the problem. So based upon the design, so you have to start with the circuit diagram first. So same thing, so the differential amplifier with offset nulling terminal, so it has been given. So differential amplifier, as I told, so it is a combination of inverting as well as non-inverting. So for differential amplifier, you will be having two voltage sources will be there. So one voltage will be connected to the inverting terminal, and another voltage source will be connected to the non-inverting terminal. So as I told, it is a combination of working combination of both inverting as well as non-inverting. So if I am going to make a Vy is equal to 0, that means instead of applying voltage source, if I am going to connect directly, because this output voltage is a combination of these two voltages. So in order to find out the output voltage, so first we are going to apply the superposition theorem. So that means I am going to take individual voltage source. So when I am going to reset Vy equal to 0, so what will happen? So this will be Vy is equal to 0 anta madadaga. So this resistance R2 as well as R3, so the resistance will be directly connected to ground, and the voltage source alone Vx I am going to find out what is the output voltage. So through the Vx voltage alone, so since it has been given to the inverting terminal, so since the Vx voltage is given to the inverting terminal, so you will be getting what? So it will be, the circuit will be functioning like a inverting amplifier. So this will be the feedback resistance, this will be the input resistance, and this will be the non-inverting terminal voltage which has been connected to ground. So the entire circuit will be output will be working like a inverting amplifier. So now when I am going to reduce this Vx to 0, because when I am going to apply Vy voltage, then I will be getting certain output voltage because of this input voltage Vy alone, and this Vx will going to make it shorted to ground, so that whatever the input voltage Vy I am going to apply over here, so it will get divided across these two resistors, right? Because the non-inverting terminal voltage is nothing but voltage drop across R3 will be acting as input to the non-inverting terminal. So for this to get the output voltage, so it is going to be derived from the Vy itself. So from the Vy into R3 divided by R2 plus R3, that will be the voltage drop across the non-inverting terminal. That is the voltage across the non-inverting terminal. So that voltage will be amplified, and it is going to provide over here. Whereas RF as well as R1, it is going to, since it will be not there, so it will be directly connected to ground. So the entire circuit will be operating like now as a non-inverting amplifier. So when you apply both Vx as well as Vy both, if you are going to apply, then the circuit is going to work as a differential amplifier, so that you are going to have the gain of the amplifier is nothing but this minus Rf by R1, so which we will be seeing in the next session. So this will be the gain, and multiply with the difference between the two input signals. So whatever the input voltage you are going to apply at the two input terminals, so it is going to take the difference between these two, and it will be providing at the output. Hence this circuit is called as a differential amplifier. So differential amplifier means it is going to take the difference between the two input voltage source which has been applied across the input of the operational amplifier. So One is inverting amplifier, another is non-inverting amplifier, another third one is nothing but a differential amplifier. So now, coming to the another set of amplifier, operation amplifier, where we are not providing any offset nulling terminals in the IC itself. Then, in order to nullify the offset voltage, so what we are going to do? So we are going to design a circuit for offset voltage compensating network I am going to build, so that I am going to maintain the offset voltage to nullify, or it is going to be made equal to 0. So that's for a given circuit. So we are going to have this as the voltage compensating method. So in which we are going to rectify the offset voltage to 0. So this is for certain case of the operation amplifier where they will be not providing offset nulling terminals. So this is the inverting amplifier. So because whenever you have to see which type of configuration it is, so you should see where the input voltage source is connected. So if it is connected to the inverting terminal or non-inverting terminal, you are going to consider. If it is connected to inverting, then it is called as an inverting amplifier. If the input voltage is connected to the non-inverting terminal, then obviously it will be a non-inverting amplifier configuration only. Okay, so now this is the offset voltage compensating network. So this is going to reduce the, or it is going to nullify the offset voltage. So this is the inverting amplifier. So it is going to have a gain multiplied with the input voltage. And the same way, so for non-inverting amplifier, so you have to see where the input voltage source is connected. So voltage source is directly connected to the non-inverting terminal of the operation amplifier. So non-inverting, inverting voltage source which is being connected to the non-inverting, so that the output will be non-inverting amplifier. And you are going to have R1 as well as RF as a feedback path. And in order to nullify the offset voltage, we are going to consider this voltage compensating network. So this is for the non-inverting amplifier, and this is for the differential amplifier. So differential amplifier, two voltage sources will be there, Vx, Vy, and this is our feedback path resistance R1 and RF, and this is R2 and R3 being the input resistance to the L307 operational amplifier. This is nothing but a voltage compensating network. So in this way, you are going to provide, you are going to nullify the offset voltage or offset current which are going to be present in the operation amplifier. So this is the voltage compensating network. So if I rectify those errors, then whatever the application, if I am going to decide, so you will be getting the intended output you will be getting. So instead of unwanted output, so it is nothing but a biased output you will be getting. So if you are going to use voltage compensating network or offset nulling terminal, so you will be getting the correct output or precision output you will be getting. So this is about the manufacturer recommended method as well as the voltage compensating network to minimize the offset voltage. So after that, so we have started with AC amplifier. So for an AC amplifier, it is considered. So again, I have just considered the 741 op amp itself. So in order to make the operational amplifier to work as an work for AC signals, we are going to couple the input coupling sides, the capacitors across input as well as output, so that it is going to work like a AC amplifier, inverting AC amplifier, in non-inverting AC amplifier, and this is nothing but a differential amplifier. And then, so we are going to consider the next topic which we are going to study is, upon studying the basic input configuration and how it is going to work as a work for the DC as well as AC signals. So along with that, how to rectify the offset voltage. So we are going to now find some general linear applications. So general linear applications for the operational amplifier. So among that, first we are going to consider what is summing amplifier, scaling amplifier, as well as averaging amplifier. So how the op amp can be used to make it as a summer circuit, or can be used as a scaling, or it can also be called as a divider circuit, and it can be how it can be functioning as a averaging amplifier. So averaging means what? So any number of input voltage if you are going to give, so the averaging circuit means what? So it is going to take the average as the output voltage it should get. So that is nothing but the average amplifier. So averaging means so whatever the number of input voltage you are going to give, so you should get V11 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. So that is suppose if I am going to apply 3 input voltage source. So 3 input voltage source, so I should get the average of these three means, so how I can make it a function by using the operation amplifier is that, so the circuit of design of the amplifier is in such a way that you should get the output should be equal to the average of the three input voltage sources. So average of the three input voltage source means V0 should be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3, because 3 input voltage source, so divided by 3, so by the total sum of the input voltage source, that should be the that circuit will be called as a averaging amplifier. So we will see what is the summing, scaling as well as averaging amplifier. So now inverting configuration. So since we are already familiar with the inverting amplifier, so now we are going to study both the configuration like inverting configuration and so in each inverting configuration we are going to design the circuit for summer, scaling circuit as well as the averaging amplifier circuit. So all the three using inverting configuration itself we are going to design. So in order to find it, so in order to make the summer circuit, first I am going to start with the summer circuit. So first thing is that we should draw the inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifier means what? So inverting amplifier means to the inverting terminal. So if I am going to use it as a summer, so if I am going to use it as a summer means I should have minimum voltage source which is connected to the inverting terminal should be greater than 1. So if it is greater than 1, then I can call it as a summer circuit. That is, if I am going to apply the voltage source across the inverting terminal, and if I am going to apply more than one voltage source, so here VA, VB, VC. So these are the three different voltage source which has been applied to the inverting terminal. So you can see VA, VB, VC both have been connected together and it is being connected to the inverting terminal. So and the RF is the feedback resistance. So from the output to the V2. So that is the output to the inverting terminal, and the non-inverting terminal resistance. Through the resistance it has been connected to ground. So this entire configuration is called as the inverting amplifier configuration. Only thing difference is that their inverting amplifier only one voltage source was there, but here we are going to design the summer circuit. So inverting summer circuit we are going to design, so we are going to have more than one voltage source. So apart from VA, so another two voltage source has been connected through resistance, it has been connected to the inverting terminal. So output will be what? So output voltage will be equal to inverting. So you know that what is the output of the output voltage for the inverting case? So it is nothing but feedback resistance, that is again multiplied with the input voltage source. So here how many voltage sources is there? So V0 will be equal to minus RF divided by RA minus RF divided by RB. So minus RF divided by RC into VB into VC. So this is nothing but the voltage source. Minus RF divided by RA into VA minus RF divided by RB into VB minus RF divided by RC into VC. So this is the output voltage, that is the sum of the output voltage you will be getting. So in order to get this sum of the output voltage, so we will see how you will be getting this voltage. So that is about the inverting configuration with three inputs, can be used as an inverting summing amplifier. At the same time, so same circuit how you are going to make use as a scaling amplifier. At the same time, so the same three input voltage source, how we are going to get for the configuration. So wait a minute, I will just come. So using this, whether my voice is audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, audible.
Sir.
Okay. So this is an inverting amplifier with three input voltage source has been connected. So using the same circuit, how we are going to design for summing, scaling as well as averaging amplifier. So the same circuit. Okay, so here is given, you can see the three inputs can be used as a summing amplifier as well as scaling amplifier as well as averaging amplifier. How we are going to use this as for summer, scalar and averaging? So with the same circuit, because you are not going to modify anything, only modification with respect to the resistance part. So only with respect to resistance part you are going to alter. So if you alter this value, so you can make use of this circuit as a to function as a summer as well as a scaling as well as a averaging amplifier. So we'll see. So first thing is that you should know what is the value. So for this I'm going to explain so about the design part. So RA is the resistance. So and with the VA with the voltage source, so through the resistance RA, so the current flowing through RA and IB is the current. Voice is audible, right? So there's some network issue, right? So IA is the resistance R. So through the voltage source VA, so through the resistance RA, so the current flowing through this circuit is IA, and the value of the current that is flowing through this section is IV. This is flowing through the VB as well as RB. So across the RB, the current flowing will be IB. And the same thing at the current that is flowing across RC will be IC. So entire all the three currents, so IA current, IB as well as IC, all these things sum up and it will be flowing across the RF. So across the RF, so that current will be equal to IF. So IF will be equal to what? So IA plus IB plus IC. Correct. So the current through the voltage source, so current will be flowing across the feedback part. So instead of flowing across the inverting terminal, so almost all the current will be flowing across the feedback resistance. Why? Because we know that this non-inverting, since the non-inverting terminal is held at ground potential, so obviously the voltage across V2 that is also virtually ground. So none of the current will be flowing across this path, and almost all the current will be flowing across this resistance, feedback resistance, RF. And now, if we can so at node V2, so we are going to it's a node current, right? So it is going to see that. So how much the current is flowing across the node. So that will be equal to IA plus IB plus IC, because of from this current will be flowing across them. So that will be equal to the resistance plus bias resistance. Since the virtual ground concept, so since um, uh, 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 non-inverting terminal is held at ground potential, so current So current LEF will be minus V naught divided by RL. So 0 minus R into VA plus uh, uh, RL voltage equation, that is the sum of the so minus to remain because it is uh, not uh, different, because it is a inverting amplifier. So you know, not to show with the sign of minus symbol. Hello, whether my voice is audible now?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, this is the internet issue. So, if I'm going to get the output voltage like this, so voltage expression is given by this. So you're going to get the sum of the input voltage VA plus VB plus VC. So along with the gain expression you're going to get for each one. So RF divided by RA, RF divided by RB, RF divided by RC. Suppose if I am making the RA resistance, if it is equal to RF, so that means what we'll be getting, so you'll be getting as VA itself. So the same thing here we are going to make. So RA is equal to RB is equal to RC. Suppose the value of the resistance which you are going to connect over here, RA, RB as well as RC, if it is made equal to RF, that means all the resistance are equal. So if RA is equal to RF is equal to RB is equal to RC, then what will happen? So if I am going to substitute in this expression, RF is equal to RA means it will get cancelled here. This also get cancelled and this is also get cancelled, and it will be resulting in the output voltage expression as minus VA plus VB plus VC. So this is the expression you will be getting. So V naught will be equal to minus RF by R, so that is common. So VA plus VB plus VC. So if RF is made equal to R, that means RA is equal to RB is equal to RC. If it is made equal to RF, then the entire thing you're going to get the gain expression as equal to 1, and the output voltage will be the sum of the individual voltage which has been connected with the inverting sign. That means the output will be inverted sum of the input voltage which has been connected. So V naught will be equal to VA plus VB plus VC with a negative sign. So this is nothing but the expression for the or deriving the circuit for the inverting summing amplifier. So inverting, so you're going to get the output is inverted, So the summing is VA plus VB plus VC is nothing but a 3 voltage source we have connected. So the output voltage will be equal to sum of the 3 voltage source which have been connected. So this is going to function as a inverting summing amplifier. And the circuit is called as a summing amplifier. Is it clear? So next we are going to see what is scaling or weighted amplifier. So scaling means what? So we are going to scale down. So here whatever the voltage is there, so if you want to scale down, so that means I can make it as a divided by 2, divided by 3, divided by 5, like that. Any, if I am going to make, then that type of circuit is called as a scaling amplifier. Okay. So in this case, if you consider, sorry, so if each input voltage is amplified by a different factor, so if each input voltage is amplified by a different factor, in the sense what, so whatever the voltage so which have been connected, if each input voltage is amplified, so this is nothing but a gain, so this is nothing but a gain for this, this is the gain for VB, and this is the gain for VA. So if each of the individual, if it is amplified by different weights, then it is called as a scaling or weighted amplifier. So that means, so the value of RA and RB and RC, if it is not equal, suppose because RF is common for all the feedback, resistance will be common for all the input voltage source. Suppose if RA is not equal to RB is equal to RC, or the ratio of RF by RA and the ratio of RF by RB and the ratio of RF by RC will not be equal. So then that type of circuit is called as a scaling amplifier, or it is called as a weighted amplifier. So this is the thing you should remember. So if the values of RF by RA is and RF by RB, RF by RC both are same, then it is called as a summing amplifier. Whereas here, if it is different, the ratios are different, means then you will be getting the each individual source. So the output will be the weighted sum of the amplifier, or it is also called as a scaling amplifier. So this is about the circuit scaling or weighted amplifier. So now coming to the average circuit. So is it clear? So what is averaging circuit? So the gain of each of the configuration, if it is not same, so if it is not equal, then that type of circuit is going to provide the weighted sum, or it is also called as the scaling amplifier. You can call it as a scaling. So scaling ratio, so RF by RA, so if it is not equal to 1 by 2, suppose if it is equal to 1 by 2, suppose it is equal to 2 by 1, so that means the ratios are not same. So here it is, the ratio is 1 by 2, so it is going to the gain of this particular, for which individual voltage if you are going to apply, so it is going to have only the gain of 0.5, whereas here it will be having the gain equal to 2, or here it will be gain equal to 3, means, so the sum of this it is going to have a scaling type of amplifier. So that is about the scaling or weighted sum amplifier. And now coming to the third circuit which you are going to get, so there is an averaging circuit. So averaging, so the same inverting amplifier with the 3 input voltage source has been connected. So how you are going to make that circuit to function like a averaging circuit. So in order to make it as an averaging circuit, first you should know what is averaging. So average means what? So average means whatever the input voltage you are going to give, so output should be equal to 1 by n times of the input voltage source you have been connected. Suppose n number of input voltage you have connected at the input side. So V1 to Vn, if it is the input voltage, if you have connected is n. So in this case I am going to have 3, whereas if I am going to connect n input voltage source here, and I should get here the output voltage should be equal to what? So 1 by n times of the input voltage source, VA plus VB plus VC. So that type of circuit is called as a averaging amplifier circuit. So we are going to see, so how, what is the conditions that has to be there. So that is nothing but the average of the given input voltage, if I am going to get as the output, then that type of circuit is called as a averaging circuit. So how it can be used as an averaging circuit? The circuit the figure 7.6, so 7.6 is nothing but the same. So inverting amplifier with 3 input configuration. So this is the same circuit, right? So 7.6, figure 7.6 is nothing but the same 3 input voltage source has been connected to the inverting terminal, and this is nothing but inverting summing amplifier circuit itself. And now the same circuit you are going to make it as a averaging amplifier. So what is the averaging circuit? What is the requirement for considering as the averaging circuit is? So the output voltage must be equal to the average of the input voltage has been connected. So that is the definition of an averaging circuit. So the same thing you should have. So how you are going to obtain this averaging amplifier circuit design? So this can be accomplished by using the input resistors of equal value. So whatever the input resistance for each of the individual voltage source you are going to have, so you are going to have make it as the same common resistance. Whereas the feedback resistance and the input resistance, if you are going to find, so that should be equal to 1 by n. Suppose all the resistance, if it is made equal to same. Suppose here in this case only, if you consider, so RF by RA, RF by RB, RF by RC. So if it is equal, RA, RB as well as RC, if it is made equal to common resistance, that is the equal resistance R, then the RF by R, that is the feedback resistance, this is the gain of the amplifier. So gain of the amplifier is given by what? RF divided by R. So the same thing here also you are getting, right? So this is the average amplifier, so in which RA is equal to RB is equal to RC is equal to R. So the value of RF by R should be equal to what? So it should be equal to 1 by n. Suppose if it is equal to 1 by n, then you as you know, it is nothing but a sum of them. It is nothing but a inverting summing. So you will be getting what? So VA plus VB plus VC you will be getting as usual, because 3 input voltage source if you are connected means obviously the output will be sum of the input voltage source connected. So VA plus VB plus VC, it is already there. So what is that? So in order to make this circuit as a inverting, there is an averaging amplifier means, so the value of RF by R should be made equal to 1 by n. So if I am going to make the gain of the amplifier as equal to 1 by n, then the circuit will be functioning like a averaging amplifier. So now we consider this resistance. So V0. So 3 input voltage sources there. So RF by R means what? So I should get 1 by 3. So 1 by 3, if I am going to have the gain of the inverting amplifier, if it is inverting summing amplifier, if it is equal to 1 by n, then the output voltage will be getting as a averaging amplifier. So you will know that RF by R multiply with the VA plus VB plus VC. So RF by R is equal to 1 by 3. So you will be getting the output voltage will be equal to the average of the 3 input voltage source which has been connected. So VA plus VB plus VC divided by 3. So this is about the averaging amplifier circuit. So anything any difficulty in understanding this? So for how you can make it as a summing amplifier, how you can make it as a scaling amplifier, or differential output you will be getting. So and the third one is the averaging amplifier circuit. So in order to make so all the 3 circuits, so it will be remain same as the same circuit diagram. So that is about this one. So if I go for the circuit with the example problem, so in the numerical figure 7.6a, so VA is equal to 1 volt has been given. So voltage source B is given as 2 volts, voltage source C is given as 3 volts, RA is equal to RB is equal to RC is equal to 3 kilo ohms he has given, RF is equal to 1 kilo ohm. So 1 kilo ohm he has been given means offset minimizing resistor is given as 271. So 270 ohms should be connected across what? So across non-inverting terminal I should connect the ROM. So ROM is nothing but so this is the ROM. So this ROM is nothing but RA parallel RB parallel RC parallel RF. So if I am going to connect this all parallel resistance, so that will be equal to offset minimizing resistance, that will be going to connect as the equivalent resistance to the non-inverting terminal. So if I am going to connect this value, so which is going to have this equivalent resistance value, then obviously the current IB1 as well as IB2 will be equal to 0. So IB1 will be equal to IB2, and hence for this numerical, so he has given all the values. So he has given as well as the supply voltage also he has given. Assuming that the op amp is initially nulled, so determine the output voltage. So output voltage is just the equation. So V0 will be equal to what? Minus RF by R into VA plus VB plus VC. So minus RF by R means what? So RF is what? So RF is equal to 1 kilo ohm. So I'm going to substitute 1 kilo ohm. So divided by RF by R. So R is same. So RA is equal to RB is equal to RC is equal to R. So it is equal to 3 kilo ohm. So 1K divided by 3K into the sum of the input voltage. So VA plus VB plus VC, 1 plus 2 plus 3, and you will be getting the output voltage is equal to summing. It is nothing but averaging circuit. It will be equal to minus 2. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 is what? 6. 6 divided by 3 is what? 2. So you will be getting the average of these 3 input is nothing but 2. So you will be getting the value with the negative sign. So only thing is that you are going to have a negative sign. So negative sign indicates what? So negative sign is the indication is nothing but it is a inverting amplifier. So you have given the input voltage to the inverting terminal, hence you are going to get the output as a minus only. So that is about the averaging, summing, scaling amplifier is considered. So now moving to the next, the same type of inverting configuration we have studied now. So now the next configuration for the operational amplifier is a non-inverting amplifier configuration. So non-inverting configuration ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so you have to think the same three circuits. So one is summing, one is scaling, another one is averaging. So the three circuit, how we are going to realize using the non-inverting amplifier configuration. So non-inverting amplifier configuration means you should first draw the non-inverting amplifier configuration. So you have to draw the operation amplifier with a non-inverting sign. So three input voltage source you have to connect to the non-inverting terminal. So VA, VB, VC, all the three input voltage through resistance R1, R2, R3 or equivalent resistance only you can give to the non-inverting terminal. And from the feedback resistance RF as well as R1 will be connected to the inverting terminal, so that you can see the voltage across R1 is fed as a negative feedback. And since I am going to apply VA plus VB plus VC as a three input voltage source, so obviously since it is a non-inverting amplifier configuration, you should get what? So you should get the sum of the three input voltage, because whenever you are going to add more than one voltage source, then the circuit will becomes as a inverting summing amplifier. Why? Because it is since you are going to add to three voltage source, so it will be equal to gain multiply with the input voltage. So input voltage is VA plus VB plus VC. So into gain is nothing but 1 plus RF by R1. So that is the nothing but you should get. Whereas here whatever the resistance in the feedback part is that RF and R1 is there. So RF and as well as R1 is there. So now what should be the equal resistance value has been provided as the input. So the value of the resistance in VA, VB, VC all are same, and the voltage VA, VB, VC are different individual voltage have been connected. So now, since we have connected more than three input voltage source, it has been connected to the non-inverting terminal. So what is the output voltage? So output voltage will be, in order to find out the output voltage, what you are going to find is, so you are going to find out the sum of the output voltage with respect to each individual source we need to connect them. So since RF as well as R1 is connected to inverting terminal, so what will be the output voltage with respect to individual VA voltage alone? What is the output voltage? So we are going to mention it as a VOA. So that is the output voltage with respect to single voltage VA. And now other two voltage will be made it as 0, and then we are going to find out the output voltage with respect to VA alone itself. And next we are going to find out only VB will be supplied as an input voltage, and VA and VC will be connected to ground. And now we are going to find out what is the output voltage with respect to VB alone. So that is nothing but the output voltage VOB. So that corresponds to the output voltage VOB. And now these two voltage VA and VB will be reduced to 0, and VC only you are going to apply. So through the VC, what is the output voltage you are going to get? That will be considered as a VOC. So finally, when all the three input voltage will be applied, so VA, VB and VC, both all the three input voltage you are going to apply. So you will be getting the output voltage which will be equal to the superposition of all the individual output voltage. So VOA plus VOB plus VOC. So that is the output voltage you are going to get. So like that you are going to find out the expression for the summing amplifier here. So now V1 will be equal to what? So V1 will be equal to, since all the equal resistance you are going to connect for each of the individual source. So V1 will be equal to VA by 3 plus VB by 3 plus VC by 3. So how you will be getting VA by 3 we will see. Okay, so I will just tell. So you should know whatever the input voltage VA, VB, VC is there, so it will be having VA by 3, VB by 3 plus VC by 3. So you will be getting as this as the voltage across V1. So we need to see. So how you will be getting? So this is the sum of the input voltage. So what will be the what is the voltage? Suppose now what is the voltage V1 with respect to VA we need to find out. So with respect to VA alone, what is the voltage across V1 we need to find out. So what is the voltage across V1 with respect to VA alone? So VB and VC will be reduced to 0. So if VB and VC, if it is reduced to 0, that means you are going to make it as connection to the ground, so it will be connected to ground means, so VB and VC will be connected to ground means. So what is the equivalent resistance? So here R and R is there, so these two are connected in parallel with this one. So what is the equivalent resistance of this? So R into R, so R square divided by 2R, so we'll be getting R by 2 as the equivalent resistance, correct? So only VA R is there, resistance R is there, so here the equivalent resistance, since it is connected into ground, so these two will be acting as parallel, so it will be R into R divided by R plus R, so R square divided by 2R, so will be equal to R by 2, equivalent resistance. So with respect to VA alone, so VA into R by 2 divided by R plus R by 2. So that is the voltage which will be getting appear across V1. So V1 will be equal to VA into R by 2 divided by R plus R by 2. So this is the voltage drop, so which will be appearing across the node V1. At the same time, so with individually, so VB are going to apply alone. So what is the voltage across V1? We need to find out means V1 into R by 2. So this VA and VC will be reduced to 0. So these two will be appearing in parallel to this one. So it will be equivalent, the resistance value will be R by 2. So V1 will be equal to VB into R by 2 divided by R plus R by 2. So that is what you will be getting. At the same time, for the VC signal also you will be getting the same. And if you simplify this, so you will be getting VA by 3, so VB by 3 plus VC by 3. So VA into R by 2 divided by R plus R by 2 is nothing but what? 3R by 2. So 2 will get cancelled, RR will get cancelled. It will be equal to VA by 3, VB by 3 and VC by 3. And similarly, the voltage across V1 will be, when all the three input voltage is given, so it will be equal to VA plus VB by plus VC divided by 3. So with this, I just conclude today's class. So because next class is there, so I just went up today's class. So tomorrow we'll discuss about this. So non-inverting amplifier, summing as well as the scaling as well as summing, scaling as well as averaging circuit with respect to non-inverting amplifier configuration. Okay, thank you. Any doubt? Any doubts is there? You can ask. Any doubt is there? Okay, so tomorrow I'll just send you the marks also. I'll just only 30 people's correction is pending. After that, I'll just share you the marks also by tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.